Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video, we'll be going through part 5 of our How to Play a Warcry campaign series. In the previous video, we covered steps 1 through 5 for the Aftermath sequence, and in this video, we'll look at how to advance on the campaign progress tracker, we'll look at how to earn artifacts of power and command traits, and then finally we'll look at completing the campaign quest and choosing a new campaign quest. Let's start with how to advance on the campaign progress tracker. After each campaign battle, both players can advance their warband on their campaign progress tracker one map point closer to the map point labelled campaign goal. The exception to this is if a player's warband is currently on a convergence map point. In this case, the player's warband can only advance if they played the corresponding convergence as the aspirant warband and won the battle. Now we know how to advance, let's look at earning artifacts of power and command traits. After advancing your warband on the campaign progress tracker, if it has moved onto a map point marked Artifact of Power or Command Trait, you will receive one of these, and we'll go through exactly what that means now. Let's start with the Artifacts of Power. When you receive an Artifact of Power, pick one from the Artifact of Power table on your campaign quest. Alternatively, you can roll a d3 to determine which artifact of power you receive. Artifacts of power follow many of the same rules as the lesser artifacts which we covered in the previous video. First, you must decide which fighter in your warband will bear it. A fighter can bear no more than one artifact of power at any time, but they can bear both an artifact of power and a lesser artifact. Make a note on your warband roster of which fighter bears the artifact of power. If the fighter you wish to bear the artifact of power already bears another, you can first give the old artifact of power to a fighter who bears none, and then give the first fighter the new artifact of power. This is the only time an artifact of power can be swapped from one fighter to another. Each artifact of power has a description of how it works on the artifact of power table on each campaign quest. The rules for artifacts of power will often refer to the bearer. The bearer is the fighter that bears that artifact of power. Unlike lesser artifacts, artifacts of power are not labelled as consumable or perishable. An artifact of power instead provides a permanent benefit to the fighter that bears it. Now let's take a look at command traits. When you receive a command trait, pick one from the command trait table on your campaign quest. Alternatively, you can roll a d3 to determine which command trait you receive. A command trait is an additional bonus given to your leader. Each command trait has a description of how it works on the command trait table on each campaign quest. Each provides a permanent benefit to the fighter. A leader can only have one command trait. If you receive another, for example, if you move on to a new campaign quest after completing your first, you can choose one of the other fighters in your warband to become a favoured warrior, and we'll cover that next. As your warband grows in power, some fighters will stand apart from their peers, having earned the favour of their leader through glorious feats in battle. If your warband receives a command trait, but your leader already has one, you can at that point nominate one of the other fighters in your warband to become the favoured warrior. This fighter receives the command trait instead of your leader in the same manner a leader would, and we covered that just now. A warband can only have one favoured warrior, so any further command traits gained are discarded. However, if the favoured warrior has been slain or removed from the warband when a new command trait is gained, you can nominate a new fighter to be the favoured warrior and give them that command trait. When you nominate a fighter to become the favoured warrior, it can be fun to roll on the leader or favoured warrior background table in the background table section, which you can find on page 134 to 151, and then you can see how that character has developed. But I would say that having a background for all your characters before you get to that stage is even more fun, and I would definitely recommend improving your narrative by doing that. Now that's all covered, let's take a look at completing a campaign quest. When your warband advances onto the map point marked as the campaign goal, your warband is said to have completed its quest. On the campaign quest, you will find a page reference that will lead you to both the narrative outcome of your quest and your reward, and this reward will be a mighty artifact of power. A warband that has completed its campaign quest can continue to play campaign battles, but will no longer advance a map point during the aftermath sequence. So it's at this stage you can then choose a new campaign quest. Once they have completed their campaign quest, some warbands choose to remain and exert dominance over the territories they have conquered. For others, the call of their gods, the allure of fresh challenges and the promise of further artifacts of power leads them to leave behind their territories as they embark on a new quest. If you have completed your campaign quest, you can choose to start a new campaign quest with the same warband roster. To do so, there are 3 steps you'll need to follow. Number 1. Choose a new campaign quest with a faction rune mark that matches the one on your warband roster. Note down the new campaign quest on your warband roster. Step 2. Remove all dominated territories and glory points from your warband roster. And step 3. Move your warband back to the map point labelled Start on the campaign progress tracker. Once a campaign quest has been completed, the same campaign quest cannot be started again by the same warband. And now we've come to the end of all the rules we need to start and complete a campaign quest. That's not the end of this How to Play a Warcry campaign series, and in the following videos I'll take the Beasts of Chaos and together we'll go through every element of the campaign process. We'll choose a campaign quest and together we'll go through the warband roster, completing all the information for all the different fighters, and then as we play through the different battles, I'll put up some battle reports so you can see it in action, and then we'll go through the aftermath sequence and every other element of the campaign. If you're looking at playing a campaign with your miniatures and putting a warband together, then this is the perfect time for you to do it. It'd be so cool for you to start your campaign at the same time as me, and then we can work through it together, and then we can share all our progress on the different social media platforms like on Instagram, Reddit, and if you join the Patreon page, that's the place to come where we can really get in depth and share all our hobby, progress and ideas. If you've got any questions at this point, please add them in the comment sections below. It'd be great to hear your thoughts and feedback too, and if I can help in any way, that would be awesome. Thanks for watching. I really hope this video was helpful. You can find the next episode in the series at the end of this video, and also a link to the playlist where you can go right through from part 1 right through to the end and find out everything you need to know to play a Warcry narrative campaign. I'll put links in the description below to all the things we've used during this series, and links to the Catacombs set, the different warbands we've used, the dice and the card sets. There'll be affiliate links to Element Games, but they won't cost you anything extra. In fact, they could save you up to 20%, and for every sale made through an affiliate link, I get a small commission, and that's going to help me develop the channel. So thanks so much for that support. I really appreciate it. If you like the channel and the content I put out and would like to support it further, please take a look at my Patreon page. It's a really great community where we meet on Discord to share our hobby, join in with different conversations around different aspects of the game, and a great place to hang out. You can also find perks on there that you're just not going to get anywhere else, and it'd be awesome to see you there on Patreon, and I'll put the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games.